Atlas be Masai Aje Apunya. Na ye call a year court, ye copium ever court, the media Dr. Opuni and Semna. Soon said Ghana for Kenya said the outcome and I said final results and I said final judgment on his case no ebe by a Kenya and they try no Mississippi or China no Mississippi or Chinichi. Now Mississippi in 7 days a Ghana for see on my brumpo. Now a year chief judge just or share a yes in some way soon or no so things in their by and focus a week fresh trouble and I just I hit Dr. Opuni with the new trouble assigned in 1 papa to a similar just an incense yet the never potana or more fire application for stay of injunction on the application. Not just as I change soon. Now the final a year judgment into me and but now so a predictions be abana predictions now banonia and yes and Ḥẏoublɇ and now the comment and court ends mean can be and France and same way not just a Ghana for ya so a dream and a yes case we are just a year now year final judgment in ever bano now say and not just in seminal ATM or same. Supreme Court won't change its decisions on Opuni and your principal state attorney predicts. Now, I say a principal state attorney has predicted the outcome of a senatorial and prohibition application before the Supreme Court and has therefore asked the High Court to dismiss an application for a stay of proceedings by counsel for former Cocoa Board boss Dr. Opuni. Ḥẏoublɇ appear asserted that the applicant had been unsuccessful in previous applications at the Supreme Court against the High Court under similar circumstances. Objecting to the oral application at the High Court on Tuesday, December 6th, she suggested that the Superior Court's mind was made up on the senatorial application. There is no new ground that this applicant can canvass to change the decision of the Supreme Court, even if the applicant ceases to bring the issues of my Lord's extension, Ḥẏoublɇ appear maintained. The former Cocoa Board Chief Executive Dr. Opuni and businessman Tďooublɇ, as well as Agriculture Ghana Limited, are facing 27 charges, including willfully causing financial loss to the state and contravention of the Public Procurement Act in the purchase of Ḥẏoublɇ liquid fertilizer between 2014 and 2016. The case is currently being headed by Justice Clements as an additional High Court judge who officially retired as a Supreme Court judge on September 4, 2022 when he attained the age of 70. When America has because judges are all citing over the issue. Sisi Akampo wasan for retirement ama wasan ejumani do not just a court case na achepa eno na Ghana for air train say ye the final judgment na ebepa intensity fresh trouble and an assign ababum. The court on Monday, December 5th, dismissed an application by lawyer Samuel Kujo, counsel of Dr. Opuni, to stay the case and refer Article 139, Clause 1, Subsection C, and Article 145, Clause 4 of the 1992 Constitution for interpretation and a determination of whether or not it is the President and not the Chief Justice who has the power to extend the tenure of office of the Superior Court Justice who have attained the mandatory retirement ages under Article 130, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and under the inherent jurisdiction of the court. Following the dismissal, an application was filed at the Supreme Court on Tuesday by Mr. Kujo to quash the High Court's ruling on December 3rd and prohibit the retired trial judge from hearing the case, citing a ruling by the Supreme Court in an unreported civil motion number JX/62/22X Pat Kennedy Ḥẏoublɇ Ejapon. Mr. Kujo noted that the court in a unanimous decision held that the High Court judge was wrong when he refused to adjourn the matter after his attention had been brought to the fact that there was a pending application for censorship and prohibition against him in the Supreme Court, which was to be heard. He pointed out to retired Justice Honiga that the ruling presented by Justice Yoni Kulendi was binding on him. He acknowledged that the ruling was a departure for earlier decision of the Supreme Court, including experts that the mere filing of an application for prohibition and censorship does not stay proceedings, and the court terms and are making kind of dictionary check the album there now be a dictionary no and the amame for say now matwa so say a Supreme Court decision will depart from an earlier decision. The interference is that the previous position is no longer good law based on Article 129 Clause 3 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court is not bound by its previous decision and will depart from it if it considers it fit and proper. And as soon as it changes its position, all other courts, including the High Court, is bound by it, Lawyer Kujo urged. When a case of this nature is filed, it is wrongful and innumerous for a judge to proceed with the case. But Stella Ohene Apia contended that the application for judicial review does not by itself stay in the hands of the court, and urged the court to dismiss the application and the proceed to hear the substantive case. He asked the court to exercise its discretion in the matter brought by an obviously desperate applicant who has resorted to filing all manner of frivolous application before this very court and the Supreme Court in a desperate attempt to certify the trial, albeit without success on each occasion. This is no new ground that this applicant can canvass to change the decision of the Supreme Court, even if the applicant seeks to bring the issues of my law's extension. Counsel of Seidu Agogo, holding brief for Benson Nitikwe, drew the attention of the court to similar application brought before the ongoing case, which is stayed proceedings until a determination by the Superior Court. Where they want in Semni at the home, a year Mr. Opuni, former Coco Bossy, or less than Seno, Jessamatomi Boatia, I can kind in Senia court in the Echo Bana, and no chesel. A year fresh trouble, and I just say ever Mr. because as a case, no, or move your moon, or move, we are not beautiful for Abba Boom, anything. When you saw Abba Metu, and Metu reports, and let me ditch, let me move a beer, a stay of injunction, as almost say, or more rejected, or more predicted, the Supreme Court won't change its decision on Opuni. Yet a sad decision, it will go on. And now said to continue to be how it is. And I said, then, and I basically in a summer. Remember, Modiano mediation, because he said, you did the final judgment ever by Dr. Opuni, and Nates and Samuel send you almost say, or more time, the tenor of office, and yet we almost found us, said, because of me. Or minor artery times, Kevin Ninano, and send you and say, Mebo Modiano mediation, I was into Uye, my near Nasibia Obiano. Uye Juano is so careful, and yes, I dare. Scanning from him now, a binding and so one Casa period from 2014 2016. Now, baby, I will now court another small case in there, and yet, as a kid, so to be so careful. Ewo or delays, aha, a GhanaTube pensimity, not the more list of the super sonia, Ecosodia. Message of subscribe, not with notification done. What's for is so amamino, and as I been same to one Ubena and Paso, New Ecoso, Ewo Ghana, or Dolph Milo, Cecilia, Macron.